Hello and welcome to Straight to the Comments, where we read the comment sections of tabloid news articles. Please stay to the end of the video to hear my opinion on this topic, and of course let me know your opinion by leaving a comment. Please like and subscribe.
Talk of the town. Amazon slashes price on new book about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle from £20 to £13.60 before it is even released. The much talked about book about Prince Harry and Meghan hasn't even been released yet, but Amazon has already slashed the price from £20 to £13.60. Finding Freedom, due out next month, will chart the events leading up to Megxit and the Sussexes' move to the United States. But does the price cut signal the public are showing their disapproval? The best rated comments. This book only exists so that Harry and Meghan can play victim again. That's 'cause no one wants to read the utter tribe. Everyone can see through them and know they are useless. They can see that Meghan has separated him from his family, ostracized her own, made dodgy cash transfers to her mother, tried to make money off the royal name, refuses to let the world see her child unless he's in a nappy, restless and unhappy, complained about the RF, pushes in front of Harry at every opportunity, complains about the media, but calls them to photo shoots, files lawsuits on behalf of her infant son who has no say. Lives for free in a $14 million mansion, visits one of the poorest places on earth and talks about how hard her life is after making women in their best clothes sit on the floor for a photo op, continues to release PR articles to try and make people pity or admire her. Need I go on? They are an absolute embarrassment. No one should buy this book, because we know who will profit from it. Meghan. Finding Freedom more like hypocrites. Still 13.60 too much. Finding Freedom. Markle was in the royal family for literally 5 minutes. Because it's worthless and no one is bothered with it? More like finding funding for our ostentatious lifestyle we cannot afford, preaching hypocritical endless word salads, while sofa surfing in someone else's mansion. Give it another week folks and it'll be in the pound shop, 2 for a pound lol. Finding Freedom, lol, she was only royal for a year, they both have no sense of duty or loyalty. That is still way too much for that rubbish. But could use it if I run out of toilet rolls. Because we've heard it all before. The incessant whinging and whining from this pair of naff narcissists has been relentless since they wed. Considering they are probably the most disliked, hypocritical pair of talentless wasters ever, I can't imagine anyone having any interest in what they have to say, let alone buy a book. He is an unimportant royal who has done nothing, and she was in a cable soap. Pat Butcher and Dot Cotton are more famous than her. I wouldn't want this book, even if it was free. Nobody wants to read that garbage. Please no one buy it. Wouldn't take it for free. Can't stand them. Maybe the book should be banned for spreading fake news. Who on earth would want to pay for a book full of their ceaseless whining and made up grievances? B's father caused her untold grief leading up to her wedding. She honored her father with pride of place nonetheless. Contrast with the other one who disowned her father for staging pics. One speaks of love and honor and traditions and loyalty, and the other to dishonor, greed and a lack of honor and only love of self. Who would you want marrying your son? Why would anyone buy it? It's only going to contain what they want it to contain. Plus they are in the news on a daily basis, so you can get all the information you want for free, if anyone is that desperate for it. Finding Freedom. Kensington Palace and Frogmore Cottage are not prisons. What a load of toad. No one's buying your damn book. It's all about me. Yes, people are sick and tired of the woe is me routine. I just hope no one buys this damn book. will be ironic to read. Extracts in the mail. Please 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 refrain from buying. Do not support these British betraying people. We will hear the juicy stuff she's conjured you in the columns before you even get a chance to read it. Don't give her fame she craves. That's because nobody cares. I'll wait till it's in the 99p bin and buy one for a doorstop. Finding Freedom? She only spent 2 years of her life with the royal family. I can't believe Harry. His grandmother is a wonderful woman and he betrayed her. He looks like a brainwashed hostage in all his videos. What a mess to marry a narcissist. The woman loves the sound of her own voice. He can't even get a word in. She's thrown her family and best friend under the bus and she's influenced him to do the same. Shame on these two. Everything they preach is contrary to how they conduct themselves. She's repugnant. Right, because everyone facing layoffs and riots wants to spend money reading about the two leeches whining. Not so much. Pre-orders must have been dismal. Zero surprise but guaranteed her nannies, chefs, personal assistants, security, PR team, accountants, yoga instructors, and fake friends were all reminded to order it. Finding the bargain bin, where it belongs. Before long Meghan will be handing out free copies to the homeless and ex-workers with a complimentary banana. Not a single soul needs to spend hard-earned money on this Finding Freebies and Grifters guide by first-hand experts. We all know that the media will enlighten us with its unsavory contents and comedic value. Sorry to usurp this earth-shattering publicity stunt, but I must mention to all here what a beautiful bride Princess Beatrice was. Sentimental and stunning gown, and then the dazzling tiara for her most tasteful wedding. The flowers were amazing. I was so impressed. Wonderful weather as well. Hugs from Canada, Zoe. The book is basically Meghan complaining about how hard her life in the royal family was because the Queen won't let her live in a huge palace, but instead she had to live in Frogmore Cottage, and how she wasn't even allowed to have her own private jet, and how she was able to escape this cruel life and move to LA. I wouldn't take it home if it came free with a bag of crisps. Total hypocrites who are lost to any sense of reality or reason. Finding Freedom, as if they were slaves. They need to zip it and go away. Everyone knows what she is, and what they had every intention of doing. Can't you carry be any more meow whipped? Is that even possible? There is nothing royal about them other than a token title of Duke that means absolutely nothing. Brits can't stand her, and not thrilled with Harry. Canadians can't stand them, and the States couldn't give a flying rat's butt about them. How do you not laugh? This social climber is finished, before she's even started, clutching at straws. Even the name of the book is repulsive. Finding Freedom, throwing friends and family under the bus, and other sordid details of a former royal couple. I'm still laughing how she wanted Secret Service security and protection. Trump was oh hell no. Boasting and bragging how they are now in an 18 million mansion, but will take 11 years to pay back the taxpayers they intentionally ripped off for Frogmore, knowing full well they had no intention of staying. Hilarious. Millimeter thought people would be interested. We saw through you. Book or no book. Even the title is sickening. Finding Freedom? From what? Certainly not finding freedom from worrying about the mortgage/bill/work. They never had to worry about any of these things. Patronizing pair of swine. I think Beatrice just finished them off. Lol. If anything, B showed how it is done in royal circles. No grudges, no crying, no whining, no bitterness, no personal vendettas, no everything has to be perfect and go according to whims and demands, no throwing fits and going all diva, no screaming at people and staff, just doing her duty and getting on with it. The worst rated comments. I've pre-ordered mine and hope that it will cheer me and many others during this pandemic. It's been so delightful to see them back on our screens and getting back to their sterling charitable work. What they've achieved in such a small time is stunning. They transformed the monarchy from a small-minded and backwards institution into a woke, eco-friendly and charitable foundation. Meghan was skinned growing up and had nothing, and went on to become a Hollywood superstar, model, singer, leader of global charities for female/animal rights, and now a duchess. The Duke, on the other hand, was born into a strict family and went on to serve for his beloved country and took out hundreds of opponents and ultimately saved millions of lives, to now being a key player in stopping climate change. The word brave doesn't do them enough justice. I'm also informed by my sources at Buckingham that young Alfie is a keen environmentalist and is developing carbon-free energy as we speak. Long live the Duke and Duchess of Suffolk. This will be the #1 world bestseller of the year. Everyone wants to read the truth about Kate. People should voluntarily offer to pay the full 20, since it is all going to charity. Princess Markle. What a courageous woman, to stand tall against all the hate from the jealous Brits. She'll make a glorious Queen of England one day, so cheers to all. Pre-order numbers have been so astronomically huge that Amazon have been able to negotiate a big discount and pass it on to their customers. They have left the UK and are still the most talked about not only in Britain, but on the entire planet Earth. We are witnessing the birth of global royalty here. This is the book to read. Amazing Life of a Gorgeous Princess. DM, you freaking take the cake. The Amazon list price in the US is $27.99 and available for sale at $19.59. It is standard for a new release, especially one expected to be popular, to be discounted 20% or 30%. This just shows once again how you have your knives out for Harry and Meghan. You are a disgrace even for a tabloid. Daily/weekly, you want them to fail and try to present them as failing. They will never win with you, except hopefully in court. Thank God she escaped that land of rotten teeth and lice heads. Team Meg. I'll buy it. Close bracket. For people who say they're glad to see the back of her, the DM and its readers seem extraordinarily obsessed with this woman's every move. Not even stalkers devote as much time and attention to their subjects. Oh dear, the eternally obsessed are rejoicing that the book won't sell. Really? Last time I checked, $13.99 is the going rate for most new book. £20 is too steep, to be honest. This book is going to sell out, and you know it. Remember the Vogue issues and everything else? So calm down and have a biscuit and tea. Amazon has over 1 million in pre-sales for this book. Stop the propaganda. The book is going to do well. We miss you, Meghan XX. So many vile comments about this beautiful couple, and I struggle to understand why. What have they done to deserve this negative prop? It should be every English people pillow book, and also studied at school. It's marvelous that Princess Meghan was kind enough to share some words with us. Let you all be grateful and appreciative. Love these two. They don't need a book, however. They'll be working the circuit of Los Angeles soon, giving speeches. Kate Middleton will be quaking in her boots, as I understand that there's a big chapter in the book detailing her various acts of skullduggery in her dastardly plot to oust Princess Meghan. I hope this book sets the record straight and gives a voice to Meghan's defense. I feel for her, as she has had to weather the storm of negative media. It is criminal how this girl has been treated by not all but the loudest British. The reason that people buy new books from Amazon is because they sell them for up to 50% of RRP. I'm no fan of millimeters, but these articles are really getting pathetic. It's now available in paperback as well as hardback, which means a high number of pre-orders. It's already a bestseller. Can we please have a statement from the godmother of the royal family and the darling of the British people, the future Queen Mother of England, Lady Doria Raglandobe? Completely thrilled to get this, have been waiting patiently, since it was announced last year. Meghan Markle deserves everything. She's flawless. Useless article as usual. It's a marketing strategy. Nothing less, nothing more. It was confirmed weeks ago that it's a best-selling book. It is also translated as numerous language. Haters go get therapy. Have my copy pre-ordered. Months cost me 100, but worth every penny. I'm buying it. I quite like them as a couple, and it saddened me to see them lose popularity so dramatically. I'm interested to know how they experienced all the rabid trolling that the UK public and press put them through, and if they had advisors telling them how to navigate it. Can't wait to read this much-awaited book. This will be the book of the century, as Princess Meghan is the most talked about woman on the planet. Through my source I have found that 1 billion are on order already. Be worth a couple of K in a year's time. H&M made the decision to reduce the price of the book to allow the proceeds to go straight to charities and humanitarian agencies and not to H&M Personal Trust. Get your facts straight, DM. I'll be able to buy 4 more copies. I hope to get one signed someday. If Meghan was an animal, she would be a cute bunny rabbit. I'm going to buy this great literary work by future King Harry and Queen in waiting Meghan. Amazon always slashes the price of every book before it is released. Nice try. Let's just wait for the sales figures. Why do you Brits care? You just love to hate them. They left your country. Move on please, or seek help, because this behavior is not normal. It has been #1 bestseller several months ago. I ordered mine since March. Can't wait for this book. The truth will be out soon. but 13.99 is the going rate for books. £20 is way too high, so I doubt it's been slashed at all. It is selling at the price most new books sell at, and some even start at half that. Geez. Now if it dropped to £1, then yeah, you can dance, since all you want is for that to fail. Not gonna happen. The going rate is high, but I will buy it. Lol. Grasping at straws, DM. That is normal for every book on Amazon. The same thing happened with Michelle Obama's book. No need to over-egg the egg pudding mess, it is fat enough as it is. Amazon always has a discount on new hardcovers. It's irrelevant here as DM commenters can't afford it anyway. Mama Queen will buy them all. Great, now more people can buy it. Price will go up when it's released and starts flying off the shelves. I'll still order it at 20. They are millionaires anyway. This slashes water off a duck's back. Their books are not the only books that Amazon slash prices on, but DM and their trolls have to have a dig at Meghan. I'm looking forward to paying the full price for a long-awaited book about our future queen and undeniably the queen of all our hearts, just like Princess Diana. The most recent comments. Only if there is another toilet paper shortage. If it was free I still wouldn't read it. You'll get better toilet paper in Aldi. If it only cost 5 pence I wouldn't be buying this drivel. Haven't we read most of the contents of the book on a daily basis? Source said this, that, tother and witch in this newspaper. It should honestly be free, and any film she makes should be straight to DVD. I'm afraid people will buy it out of curiosity, which unfortunately will strengthen Markle's unshakable belief in her own popularity. If you wait a bit longer it will end up in the pound shop. Don't buy please. Most people wouldn't read it if you paid them to. Expensive toilet paper. Are books really £20 in the UK? It will be on the pound shop soon. I'll wait for it to appear in a charity shop, that way the charity will benefit, and some positive will come from it. It's still overpriced at 13.60. It would be expensive at 60p. Harry looks pretty annoyed in picture 1. Woke, the autobiography. Even on the 99p list I wouldn't want it. Amazon do this all the time, to put the corner bookshops out of business, who can't afford to. The forward orders are in their 1000s. You don't make profits when royalties come up front. These slashes in price don't account for production costs. They are cutting losses early. This must be one of the shortest articles ever, 3 whole sentences. It looks as though even the DM hacks can't be bothered writing about them anymore. Can you imagine what a riveting read that's gonna be? I did think it was funny though, when she said one of her goals was to become President of the United States. I think we all had a good chuckle over that. Available in all best charity shops. Bargain bucket fodder. Who on earth came up with that title? Freedom from what exactly? So much nonsense. Probably best used to prop up a wonky table. Will hardly be worth buying at even 1p, as the press will have the contents splashed all over their pages. I'd use their book to burn on the fire. A bestseller, just like My Celibate Life by Katie Price. Finding freedom? What a load of cobblers. For a start, one of them voluntarily married into the royal family and knew exactly what she was doing. The other, the spare, he is a sap that is under the spell of a manipulator, and he will end up asking for his freedom to be relinquished when he runs back to daddy in a few years, once his wife has no more use for him. Now, I'll wait for it in my charity shop. Since November 2019, Harry has been sitting lonely in other people's mansions when he just renovated his lovely Frogmore home. They don't do anything in Toronto or LA. Plus they won't bring our key to London, and instead living in one of the most highly concentrated COVID-19 areas. He must be kicking himself. I'm sure he would have loved to attend Beatrice's wedding yesterday, which was in Windsor. I'm sure Harry's hopes were for a quieter life in Frogmore with his wife and newborn. How can he believe he needs all this disruption and mess? What for? Wait a few weeks, and it will appear in branches of the works as part of a £3, £4, £5 deals, then in a month at recycling centres everywhere. I wouldn't read it for free. Wouldn't even hang the pages on a nail in the smallest room. Older people will know about this. A book that won't be adorning my library shelf. Even on the 99p list I wouldn't want it.
That concludes the video. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Personally, I think this is just a standard move from Amazon. I don't think it's a reflection of the interest in the book at all. Please like and subscribe.